Hey bike farmers, thanks for clicking in. I got the track bike in the stand. When I was editing my Track 101 video, I realized that I wanted more of that. And I don't want to die when I do it, so I'm not going to use this bike. So I set out on a mission and scoured eBay for weeks, and then finally decided on this frame. This is a State. Hang on, I gotta look it up. My eBay purchases. This is a State Bicycle Company Undefeated frame from a few years ago. This is still like old school track geometry, so it's a proper track bike, although they do have things pinched down here so you can fit wider tires. I think it fits up to 32s actually. You can put brakes on it. It's all aluminum with a carbon fork. So we are going to strip this one down and take all of the cool track parts that I have on this bike and put them on the new frame. So you kick back and relax, and I'm gonna get started. Yeah, so the day I did Track 101 at the Washington Park Velodrome in Kenosha, Wisconsin, there was a youth group there, the Track Rats from Chicago, which was really cool to see these kids that were into riding fixed gears in the city get out to the track and learn a little bit about track racing and that sort of thing. Selfishly, I kind of was hoping that there wouldn't be that many people there, and I would have more like one-on-one time with the instructors and could ask more questions and, oh man, have it be more of that kind of video. But it wasn't. And the kids were having a blast riding on the track, but they weren't really paying attention and not really understanding the instruction. And I felt like it was a little too chaotic out there on the track, so I didn't do a whole lot of riding. But the little bit of riding that I did do was really cool, and I really liked how it felt. And it wasn't until I was doing the edit that I really kind of understood, oh, dropped part of the chain, that I kind of really understood the feeling that I was getting and really understood that I actually really did want more of it. So a big thing is it's track racing, right? Like it's competitive cycling, and there is really, I mean, I'm not a competitive cyclist, right? I hope I dropped my wrench. You know, I'm not like anti-competition in cycling, like a lot of people seem to enjoy it, and far be it from me to tell people not to enjoy things, but it's just not, I don't enjoy being competitive. However, I do enjoy maximizing my experience. You know, when I think of randoneering, it's, you know, how far can I go, you know, and still tolerate it. Or sometimes it's like, oh, I'm gonna try the hillier route, you know. And just really experience more, you know, just to see like how far can you push the experience. You know, I feel like competition means it's me versus someone else, and I don't really care how far someone else pushes their experience, you know, as in relation to mine. That doesn't, I don't care about much. However, you know, with the shape of the track being a Pringle or a hyperbolic paraboloid, I think that's what it's called. And then with track bikes being made extra aerodynamic and stiff and single speed, you know, it's all very, like the mechanical side of things, it's like, this is as good and efficient as you can possibly make a bicycle in perfect conditions, being the parabolic hyperboloid. Then you add the rider. It's really just up to me to see how fast, or, you know, to get peak cycling experience. I think you need a track bike and a good track, and then you just give her hell and just there's a zone there that I'm gonna find. I think this is a very fancy 3-piece bottom bracket on this bike. Not exactly sure what it is, but I'm going to remove it and probably reuse it. If I don't ruin it. This is the Hosan lock ring pliers. Very cool tool. It's a cool tool. Helps you get good leverage and avoid marring up these lock rings. Yeah, this fillet brazing I did is hilarious. If you watched any of my other videos on frame building, you'll see like it's tricky. I struggle with it. Shimano Chromo Tange cups. 100 and 116, 115, 117-ish. There is absolutely nothing fancy about this bottom bracket at all. I'm just gonna throw it back in this frame for good measure, for safekeeping, where it'll probably go to die. I'm not even gonna do it. I'm not gonna adjust it or nothing, because it was loose anyway. Don't care. I feel like since I'm pretty much retiring this frame and I'll never build it up, I should probably pull that King headset. I suppose. Let's do it. Oh, dropped a wrench. Yeah, so that idea of like the perfect bike ride, the ultimate feeling, you know, getting a bike up to speed, you know, high speed, flying around the track, going as fast as I can, you know, do the 200-meter race and just seeing what I can do, and then try to do a little bit better and a little bit better. And eventually I'll find that spot, the sweet spot, where I'm just flying and maybe can eke out another fraction of a second on my time. I don't know, there's something about it that's appealing right now at this juncture. Oh, I dropped the top cap, a lot of oops. I don't know, there's just something. I've been doing a lot of searching for, I don't know what in my life, and maybe that's just part of it, and I need to stop searching and just be happy with what I got. But I was like, man, for like 300 bucks, I can get a new frame, build a track bike. And there's all the friendly people out there at the velodrome to help me figure it out. Might as well get after it. Go experience something new. Maximize. You know, one thing I learned in sobriety is it's okay to absolutely insist on enjoying your life. Like, you don't have to suffer to have meaning or to earn value. You know, I used to think it wasn't possible to drink a whole case of beer in one day. And then one day I did it all by myself. That'll hold. All right. That's it for this one. Put her on display. Put her up on the hooves. All right, I found this Thompson Elite stem in the bins. Stem, I mean seat post. I also had this Thompson Road stem in my bins from a past project. Sometimes I'm glad this stuff doesn't sell at the bike swaps, you know. I usually try to sell this stuff, but I used to have some black track handlebars, and I lost them or sold them or something. I had these acceptable road handlebars in the bins that aren't quite as fun, but they don't like have grooves in there for cables or anything like that. They're not like, you know, they have a nice round bend, so these will be fine. At least to get me started. And a guy, Mike was his name, right, at the track, I'd emailed him and told him, I'm like, I want to get into this, you know, what are the options? And turns out that it's a city park, so you can go ride on the track anytime you want. And then they have team practice every Friday night. He said, you're welcome to come check it out. They do races on Tuesday nights. So the track is kind of closed to the races, but it's a good way to go learn. And then there's the track 101 every so often on Saturdays. Monday nights for the kids, I think. So there's ample opportunity to go figure this out. Okay, so that is a different size. I guess what I'm saying is, like, for anyone that's ever ridden fixed gear, you kind of understand that there's a purity to it that you only can experience if you're riding fixed. All right, so that's 68. I am getting good and lucky with the bins here. This is 68 by 113. And I found a used one. Maybe it's just a takeoff, I don't know, we'll see. Oh, that's loud. It's a very loud noise, but makes quick work of it, as long as you don't cross thread. Good and tight. So just before I started filming, I was like, man, I gotta find like some 23 millimeter racy road tires. And I don't have any in the shop. I can't tell you the last time I sold something like that or even really had a request. But we have a local group that rides every Saturday morning, and some of them are a little bit racier, you know, have connections with Trek, etc. So I threw a text out and found a nice pair of 23 millimeter Bontrager race tires. I'm gonna see if I can tuck one right in here. Get it tight. Oh yeah, that'll be fine. Probably even could do a 110. 68 by 110. Bring it in a little bit more. But it's good enough for who it's for. All right, Woody Charleston. Time for some tire time. So I got like these giant flat guard 28 millimeter tires on here. They're more of an urban, you know, tires, how I had this bike originally set up. Not very racy, not very tracky. Get a little bit hold, polish, just furniture polish, clean things up a bit. These wheels, or this wheel in particular, had been in storage forever. I put it on the bike for that Track 101 video and never cleaned it up or anything. So what do we have here? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13 tooth rear cog. And the front chainring is 46. So I'm going 46, 13 to start with, because that's what I have. And then I have this other cog on the other side here, which is a 19 tooth. I have 170 millimeter cranks, which I don't know if that's right or not, right or wrong. I don't think I'm gonna know until I start riding and figuring it out. I think like this track bike thing, like my golf game or my golf life. And I started with my grandma's clubs, you know, and then slowly worked up, and then like went to kind of got some more modern clubs with regular shafts because I, you know, was a kid and didn't have a real fast swing speed. Still don't, but finally I'm swinging hard enough that I need stiff shafts. And, you know, for a while I was kind of playing performance irons. Now I have like more of a game improvement iron, or, I mean, it's still, you know, I don't know. You just kind of adjust your equipment depending on your skill level and where you're at with whatever activity you're doing. You know, I'm sure if I really get into it, somebody along the way will have a carbon frame for me or better wheels. You know, these wheels aren't like crazy light. I saw a lot of guys are out there with like lighter carbon wheels. Yeah, this one's got some shelf wear. I tried to sell it at like different bike swaps. Okay, so there's our rear wheel. All City hub, and is this H Plus Sun? I'm not even sure what kind of rim it is. Rim it is. These are Bontrager R4 hard case light road racing tires from a few years ago, I assume. But my friend Chris here in town, who is a road racer, had these in his bins. Never used them. He gave them to me, so thank you for that, Chris, if you're out there watching. And these are unidirectional, which is nice, so I can throw a different size cog on here, because I know I'll never use the 19, but I can get a smaller cog or bigger cog or whatever, and then flip-flop this hub for easy adjustments on the track. And then 10 years ago, when I started my bike business, I bought these super light road tubes with extra long valve stems, and I've never sold them. And here we go. I found a use for them. It's perfect for what I'm doing. Extra skinny, super light, racy. It'll be fun to go to the track and see if I can get somebody to film my very first 200-meter race and get that baseline time and then work on it over the summer. It's an hour and 15 minutes to the track. I mean, this is the whole thing. And it's Friday nights, which are really hard. Like, I want to go this week, but I got another ride on Saturday. So, you know, I'm taking the Rando van up north and on Friday night. So that's not going to work. Racing starts next Tuesday, so I'll probably go try to check that out if I'm available. It's an amazing resource, and I've always been like, oh, it's too far away. Always just excuses, you know? It's like, no, just go get into it. It's like, most people just don't even, you know, it's like ice boating. I always talk about ice boating and how lucky I am to have the opportunity to go ice boating. Like, most people don't even know what it is. It's like, I'd be foolish not to. It's like, I'm very privileged to have the opportunity to do it like that easily. And go get after it. I get a lot of comments where people watch my videos and they're like, you know, got me back into cycling, or finally convinced me to pull my bike down and just put air in the tires and go for a ride. It's like, I love that. Just get out there and do some living. Get busy living or get busy dying. There's a spot. Gotta get that tucked in there. That's why we only go like half pressure. See if I can manually push that down in there. No, I don't think so. It's kind of surprising with these rims, but you know, this is the second set of tires, and like, that's not a very tight fit. So hopefully these beads catch. And theoretically, yeah, right here it says inflate to 125 max. So I can go like super high pressure, which is a track thing, right? The track is supposedly, you know, perfectly smooth and flat, so you might as well just crank up the pressure on skinny tires. So 23 millimeter high pressure tires. This goes against the grain on like literally every other thing I've ever talked about on this channel. It's exciting. God, that looks so good too. And look at that. The profile is just right. Okay, so my compressor hasn't kicked off yet this morning. So I'm only in at 75 pounds or so, but it's enough to seat the tire. We'll add air manually later. Pretty good. I like the silver front wheel. Nice little juxtaposition, especially with the black fork. Black and silver, very cool. This is gonna be a cool looking bike when I'm done. Hey bike farmers, just a quick note while there's a lull in the action. If you've made it this far, I assume you liked the video enough to click the like button. If you really like it, let us know in the comments below. And if you're into bicycle content for regular people, subscribe to the channel if you haven't already. If you're able to support more directly, click on the super thanks button and send me some taco money. Or better yet, join the channel as a monthly sustaining member. All of these things will help grow the channel organically and give the Bike Farmer YouTube channel a strong future. Thanks again for watching. Now let's get back to the bikes. All right, let's start turning it back into a bicycle, huh? Well, so that's all the way forward and it's not tucked in there too tight. Beautiful. God, it looks cool. I like all the contrast. Should we just do a gold chain on there just to be weird and different? You can see going to the smaller cog. You gotta carry some extra chains too. Okay, it's gonna be that one. I mean, I have silver chains. We'll go with the gold one, and if it drives me crazy, I'll change it. I think I got the right one there. Man, this new park tool, this is the CT15, chain tool 15, the 15th iteration. It's a pleasure to use. I saw a comment about which way this pin goes. Oh, all right. So it can go either way. Anyway, somebody thought maybe it made more sense like to not have it go that way, to have it go this way for some reason. Probably can't even see what I'm talking about. Probably doesn't matter at all either way. Matters very little. I kind of want to use one of those other chains just because they actually have quick links instead of whatever this is called. I mean, it's functional, but I think the quick links might be a little bit easier. Got a floppy chain, right? So we're gonna loosen this side and I'm gonna push the wheel over, which you can see it tightens the chain. And then I'm gonna tighten the bolt down, or nut down. Okay, now it's really tight. And then I'm gonna loosen the non-drive side. And the wheel just kind of centered itself, actually. But that, okay, so that added a little more tension, actually. A lot of times it loosens it. Okay, I'm gonna just let it kind of move a little bit. You kind of go back and forth until you find a nice happy medium. It's a good way to lose a finger. I like that tension. All right, I got this WTB saddle here that I actually find to be pretty comfortable. So I'm just gonna go with it. Came right off that other bike. I don't know, we'll see if I come up with something else. I'm gonna sit here and futz with this for 45 minutes. There we go. All right, infinite adjustability here. Good design from our friends at Thompson. I don't know anybody over there, but if I did, we'd be friends. All right, just gonna wrap the bars here quick. I mean, does that look fast or does that look fast? I think it looks fast. What do you think? Does it look fast? It looks like it's fast. I wonder if I can make it go fast. Should I go for a test ride? I'm gonna go for a test ride. Okay, this is about the only way that I could possibly simulate a track in real life out here. I got this little downhill here. I'm gonna come whizzing by, and I'm gonna do it a couple times, and then I'm gonna adjust the camera and make it look like it's just one run, and you can watch me. That's. Oh, and there's a car. Great. Oh man, is this thing stiff. Here I go. So what I say, 46, 13, 170 millimeter cranks, 23 millimeter tires. You can figure out the gear inches yourself. I tell you what, I mean, this is definitely gonna get me really close to what I'm trying to accomplish. Well, bike farmers, if you watched till the end, thank you so much. I really can't ask more of you. Actually, I can ask you to like this video, subscribe if you haven't yet. Those are both free. If you got a little extra to give, help me out with some gas money to get to the track and back while I make future videos, good content just like this. Send a super thanks. Sometimes I use that money for tacos. You know the drill. It can be taco money. But right now I'm just thinking about getting to the track with my new estate. What was it even called again? I can't remember. You know, another thing you can do is join the channel as a monthly sustaining member. That just helps all the time, and that's just steady income for me. As I build that up, I get to beg less, but I probably never will. I'm probably gonna end every video like this. You know, this was a fun one. I love building myself new bikes. It's new bike day for me, which means it's a good one. It's super hot out. No, it isn't. It's a perfect summer day in May right now in Wisconsin. I'm gonna go out to the golf course and play around a golf. While I do that, you go ahead and click that notification bell so you and your bikes can stay tuned.